Welcome back to the morning show on Global. We keep talking about it. It is that time of the year when we think about getting back to school, getting back to routines. And nutrition is important all year round, but I think even more important at this time of the year as kids go back to school. So I'm here with Amanda-Li. You're a very busy person. You're a registered dietitian. She's a chef, and she's a fitness and nutrition enthusiast. So she's going to help us get a survival plan of sorts for getting the kids, and it's really for grown-ups, I think, as well, too, getting back into the routine. So there's a lot of vegetables on this table, and there's a lot of wonderful smelling things as well. So let's talk about what your survival plan is.
The one major tip I always tell people, you really have to plan ahead and try to do double duty recipes. So like ones that are good for dinner as well as lunch, and then
leftovers for lunch. Yeah,
exactly. So we're going to be doing 4 recipes today. One of them is going to be a salad in a jar that you can prep even on the weekend and then have it ready for the days to come. We're also going to do just like a simple yogurt and fruit, again pack ahead of time. We're also going to do a fancy little sandwich fit for both children as well as adults, and last but not least a farro salad with the harissa.
Yes. So let's get started.
Sure. The first one we can do is actually when we do the build a salad in a jar.
Okay. This is getting a lot of, I've seen a lot of this lately, and I think it's because of the portability of it, right? And it looks cool as well, let's face it.
Of course. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so in here it's going to be more of an Asian flair. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of miso. Okay. So I'll get you to stir. So do you know what miso is?
Yeah. Explain. It's a fermented soybean?
Yes, it is.
Okay. A lot of flavor too, right?
Flavor and probiotics.
Okay, great. And that's really good for digestion.
Exactly.
Which is really
and immunity.
Important. Immunity, very important as we all head back into offices and schools and everything like that. So you've got
rice vinegar in there that we just added, and then this is actually called stir fry oil. It's a new President's Choice product, but I'll just let you smell it. Okay. It has the flavors of ginger as well as garlic, and it has a really cool spout.
Yeah. Very cool.
So we're just going to add a little bit of that, and then you're going to give it a whisk with the fork.
Do you want me to do that? Okay, so we're just whisking that up in the jar.
Exactly.
And I think the nice thing about this is this cuts down on dishes as well.
Exactly. Just do everything in there. And it's okay, the miso, it actually will kind of meld in with the vinegar afterwards. And then after that, we have a whole array of different vegetables. Okay. So with the vegetables, I like to kind of use the onions in the bottom first, just so they can soften up in the vinegar. Okay. So I usually just add this in the bottom.
Onions.
And depending on how much you like, right? Some people really like onions, some people don't.
And kids as well, maybe not so much, so a little pungent for them.
Exactly. You can use chives instead, a little bit softer. And then the next thing is just any other harder vegetables. So you can do carrots if you wanted to.
And do you have, there's a lot of healthy foods here. Yes. Sometimes kids can be a little bit shy about things that are new and different. So let's say you're trying to introduce something new to your children. What do you suggest?
Always start out with something that they're already familiar with, and then build on that. So let's just say they're used to, at home when they're in the summertime, you can give them peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But back to school, they can't, right? So instead of using peanut butter, why don't you use like a sunflower seed butter? Right. And then instead of jam, why don't you try apple butter, because they don't add any extra sugar to it. Okay. So it's just a healthier alternative. And here I just have some radishes. Do you like edamame?
I do love edamame.
So great source of
texture in this as well, too.
And it's a complete protein.
Right.
And then you throw in some
stamina during the school day, because I think a lot of us at school or at work, we start to crash at certain points during the day.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so protein's important for that. So just little tomatoes.
And then last but not least, and they're like the tri-colored, so they actually come all 3.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. And spinach
on top.
Okay.
And then this is good on top just because it won't actually wilt. And we just close it up, and voila. You have your salad in a jar.
There you go. And you can kind of give that a shake when you're ready to eat.
At work.
Perfect. All right, so we've got the salad in a jar.
Yes, the next one is, we'll do this one. Okay. So what we'll have right over here, this is actually a really cool crustless bread. So again, kids don't really like crust in their bread, so we just put that on. And then I just spread it with some Greek yogurt, cream cheese.
So again, quite high in protein,
yes, and lower in the fat. And then what we're going to do now is just layer it. So if you want, you can start with the cucumbers. Okay. So you can do one side.
All right.
Just add them on here.
Okay, I'll add on some cucumbers. And you've got some smoked salmon. Now, a lot of people love smoked salmon. I'm going to confess, I don't.
Oh, no.
I don't. That's okay. That's okay, because a lot of people do, and it's a great source of protein, a great source of a lot of nutrients. But what can you suggest maybe if people are not?
If they don't like a smoked salmon, just turkey would be awesome too.
Great. I'm into that.
And then do you know what these leaves are?
No.
They're watercress.
Oh, so flavor-wise, it's a little bit
kind of peppery, a slight bit bitter, but everything else is kind of sweet. Like the smoked salmon has a sweetness to it, right? And then we can just cover it up
I
with
put
that.
extra cucumber. I like cucumber.
More
That's
vegetables,
okay. More
right?
vegetables, and there you go.
And then you can cut it either like this way, so we can
Make
cut it into
fun
triangles.
shapes.
Yep. Or you can use cookie cutters for kids.
Right.
And look how pretty that is.
It's very beautiful. It's very appealing, and then you just put that in your little case. Ready to go. Okay, this is really fun. So
explain it?
Yeah, it smells wonderful, and there's a lot of really great foods in here. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yes. So this is farro, and this is actually an awesome Asian type of grain, and it's pre-cooked as spelt. So the way that, again, the President's Choice Blue Menu brand has done it, we already pre-cooked it, so it cooks in just 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, great.
And then we have sun-dried tomatoes. I just sauteed off some onions and added the Moroccan harissa spice into it.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And dinosaur kale.
Right.
Okay,
Superfood, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
superfood right there.
And then I have pumpkin seeds.
Wonderful.
So you're just going to toss that all together.
Okay, with the tongs, yeah. And anybody can do this. And this is an amazing looking salad.
And you could also have that for dinner and then bring it for lunch the next day.
Right.
Throw in a can of chickpeas if you want for extra protein. And then voila, you got tons of vegetables. Like a one pot meal.
Yeah. I'm gonna have some of this later. Okay, and then lastly, just quickly, you've got a little yogurt parfait in there, right, as well.
All I did was put frozen fruit. Again, you do this the night before, and then I just topped it with some lactose-free yogurt.
Easy, easy, easy.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, and that makes things very easy, very, very convenient for everyone. We want to make it even more easy and more convenient for you. You could enter to win a $250 Loblaws gift certificate, and look at all that stuff, that incredible gift basket there as well. That is courtesy, of course, of Loblaws, and you can enter at contests@morningshow.ca. Amanda Lee, registered dietitian and chef, thank you very much. We're prepared now.
Awesome.
This is me, great night, baby.